assignment was to bring in an old or used board game. Hi, I'm Nate Sweeney. This is my piece for 3D and Ceramics called A Marvelous Adventure. And yeah, so the assignment was to bring in an old or used board game, and of course, being a high school student, I waited until the last minute and grabbed something randomly from my closet, and all I had was this magic kit. So I knew right away that I wanted to do something with the cards, because that was an easy way to take up space. So, of course, it was very easy to just super glue them together, and the only time I really had problems is over here with this giant loop right here, which wouldn't really stand on its own. So I built a little stand for it. And then I was also inspired by the Marvel character Doctor Strange. As you can see with the cardboard cutouts, I based off of old drawings of his hand. In fact, there's another one right here, which I was able to hold my little handkerchief. And neatly, he's also holding a royal flush. Also, a little bit of a story going on with the board itself. If you look in the corner, I drew on a little mailbox for Bugs Bunny. And if you follow the little dash marks, you can kind of see a trail going all over the board, which, long story short, leads back to the coin that I glued in the book, which actually has a rabbit on it. Okay. And that's kind of to go with the idea that he's the one doing the tricks. The black paper pieces and the wand here were kind of last-minute adjustments just to fill up more space, but I think they turned out really well. And if you look, there's a secret message, Matthew. It says, "You're having fun," but it's written backwards. And one final factoid for you. The whole theme obviously is magic and cards, but if you look at the board itself, it's a giant card.
It's from a game called a Quirkle. I don't even know what it is, although I know Mensa likes it for some reason. It's kind of like dominoes and Uno combined. I thought, you know, looking at it, it was kind of a good sort of like building block sort of structure, so I was like, I can use that. That gives me a lot of freedom to do whatever I wanted to do with it. And at this point I kind of already decided, well, I want it to be vertical, whatever it is. I was thinking of making like some giant tower or something, but in the end I kind of simplified it down to this helical structure. And then after that I decided that, well, this was kind of based off of surrealistic artists, very mildly, like how you would find in a Geiger or a Beksinski. I decided to add the little people there to help give a very decent sense of scale, to show how an average person would actually compare to this in real life. Then of course I decided, I tried to put in little elements like this here, which would be to show the degradation of the structure and how it is slowly eroding over the effects of time. And then I decided, due to, well, it looked kind of too uniform. So I just then decided to go ahead and go in and add in something new. So I decided to use wire to do that. Kind of added in this little fellow right here, who's kind of supposed to represent the fear of a society, kind of haunting over them. And then this wiry structure over there is just supposed to represent the core of the building, like what maybe caused it to appear out of the ground, or what was always there and they decided to build around it or something. Of course, obviously the extra blocks and whatnot are just pieces of the structure that have fallen off over time. I mean, even if, I think you can see it from the camera, but even the structure itself is leaning as if it is ready to fall over. That's kind of a lot of my thought process there.